we shall not see them live again. Now.
Importantly, we would like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of this land, which our school, parish and offices now stand, the Cabrogal clan of the Druid Nation. We pay our respects to elders past, present and emerging.
Our school is a co-educational secondary school which is part of the Sydney Catholic Schools and is located in Bonnerick Heights. The mission and values of the college are focused around a quality Catholic education and striving for personal best, where we proclaim the good news in all areas of our teaching and learning. Our learning culture prioritizes the success of all our students. Our college also boasts of a diverse and multicultural community, including 1% of our students who belong to an Indigenous heritage and 78% of our students who speak a language other than English at home. The Index of Community Socio-Educational Advantage is a scale which is computed for each school. It takes into consideration characteristics such as parental education and occupation, location, and the socio-economic background of students. Our ICS scale sits at 1044, meaning our school is in the 67th percentile.
Often students are deterred from history because they feel that it isn't relevant to them today. But through the Stage 6 course, this is actually a central focus. Students even learn about ideologies like communism, concepts relating to economics, and why the saying goes, like Switzerland. In this way, history is not an old book on a shelf, but rather something that is alive, active, and relevant.
During the preliminary course, students will be able to build upon their historical skills and knowledge, readying them for the HSC. They will start with the shaping of the modern world study by focusing on World War I from the outbreak of the war through to the armistice. Following this, they will study the turn of the 20th century, highlighted by an overwhelming number of world-changing events, notably the First World War, the legacy of which shaped modernity and the century to come. Students will then investigate the various types of sources and recollections of history and how the different types of sources contribute to the collective memory of the past.
For the HSC course, we have chosen to go with a common theme of Russia throughout the 3 topics. The students will start with Russia and the Soviet Union, where they will examine the rise of the Bolshevik movement in Russia, the consolidation of power, and the eventual political, economic, social and cultural transformations that would occur. They will then move on to the Cold War, where students will grasp a deeper understanding of both communism and capitalism, and the role of the superpowers post-1945. They will also analyse the effects that are still a shaping force in the world today. Finally, students will study the changing world order, where they will study the collapse of the USSR and the rise of new superpowers such as the European Union and the dominance and influence of the US for decades to come. In history with us, you will learn and develop valuable skills which are transferable across multiple subject areas and are useful tools in the world beyond schooling, such as further studies in history or history-adjacent fields like teaching or other industries which will require critical thinking. Throughout the course, the incredible teaching team aim to create an inclusive learning environment where individual students' learning types and needs are considered and met, while being mindful of the different and varying cultures present in the classroom, whether they be Indigenous or other cultural backgrounds, as well as enabling healthy societal culture within the classroom, providing all students with a safe space where they can express their thoughts and thinking process. The integration of relevance and connection to culture allows students to be able to take the knowledge and content learned and apply it to their own lives, not only in other subject areas but outside of school. Students will be able to engage with some of the 8 ways of learning through the modern history course, Modern history uses story sharing, land links, deconstruction, reconstruction in its teaching of content through the telling and narration of history, the linkage of modern history with significant landmarks and events, and the use of scaffolding and modelling of historical skills.
Throughout the modern history course, students develop a range of what we call general capabilities. These general capabilities are the capabilities or the skills that we hope students develop throughout the course. Most of us know the saying that history is bound to repeat itself. If not in the actual events, then more often it is in the lessons. Knowing this, these general capabilities are almost the weapons or tools that we armour our youth with when similar political, economic and social issues arise in the present and future. The most important capabilities achieved is critical and creative thinking. Critical and creative thinking is integral to the history inquiry process. Students are provided with the opportunity to delve deep and seek answers to history's greatest controversies and challenge different interpretations of the past. It is important that our youth develop the skills that help them question what they read and what they hear in the news, and especially the media. Through this course, students become critical thinkers and learn to decipher what is truth. Students also engage their creative mind as they learn to pose relevant questions and form judgments about the past. Pivotally, they learn how to gather evidence to point out the weaknesses and strengths in different interpretations. By learning these skills, we hope that students who graduate this course become knowledgeable citizens who recognize and challenges instances of misinterpretation throughout modern history and in the present. Lastly, students develop personal and social capabilities as they enhance their communication skills by participating in teamwork. Students have opportunities to work both collaboratively in teams and also independently as part of their learning and research in modern history. Students often work in groups, engaging in frequent class discussions about controversial topics surrounding figures such as Eisenhower, Stalin, Fidel Castro, and Hitler. Students also learn to appreciate the perspectives and experiences of others, such as the brutal treatment of Jewish people during the Holocaust and the purging of civilians from the USSR, and the life of troops fighting on the front line. Students are also given the opportunity to develop advanced research and presentation skills to justify their views effectively to others. This is practiced in both writing and speaking assessments, where students present their ideas and justify their views on key historical events.
In the case where our learning and teaching processes need to go online, students have a range of technological options that they may access. For instance, Google Classroom and Compass, where all our lesson materials and resources will be posted, as well as EduBlogs, which will be used on a weekly basis, where students are able to summarize their learning and share their thoughts and opinions with one another in a collaborative and engaging way to learn.